Games Workshop has just announced a new Spearhead. This is the Gllimspite Gitz Snarlpack Huntaz, a cavalry-focused, war machine sprinkled pack of wolves and grots. So let's dive right into it. Light the torches, boys! These hummies won't know what hit them! Snarlboss Sleek Snapmaw. So first off, the new Spearhead feels and looks really overpowering, and as a Cities of Sigmar player, I would not want to be on the receiving end of this army. The Gllimspite Gitz Snarlpack Huntaz consists of 1 Snarlboss, 2 Wolfgit Retinue, 2 units of 3 Snarlpack Cavalry each, and 2 units of 1 Sunsteala Wheelas each. Let's jump straight into the battle profiles first. First up, we have the Snarlboss. He's a quick-paced leader who nevertheless appears a little on the weak side with his 5 health and 5+ save roll. He has a control score of 2 and move characteristic of 12 inches. He also hits with 5 attacks in melee on his boss Lopa and hits and wounds on middling 4+. His rend characteristic is 1 and damage 2. His companion though, Snarlfang Jaws on the other hand, has 2 attacks, hits on 4+, wounds on 3+, and deals 2 damage. Now, what makes Snarlboss interesting is his hero phase ability, which allows you to pick him and another friendly unit within Snarlboss's combat range to be the target. Then, you roll a dice, and on a 3+, you add 1 to the attacks characteristics of the target's companion melee weapons for the rest of the turn. In other words, you have the potential to boost any of the companions in the army so long as you stick close by. The drawback obviously being that Snarlboss can be easily taken out of the fight due to his squishiness. Next up, we have the Wolfgit Retinue. You get 2 models of Wolfgit Retinue who have 15 inches of range attack that hits on 4+ and wounds on 5+. Each successful attack contribute 1 damage to the damage pool. Then you have the melee weapons, which include Stabbing Sticker for 2 attacks that hit on 4+ and wound on 5+, contributing again 1 damage point. The Snarlfang Jaws, these grots right though, will hit on 4+ and wound on 3+ respectively, with 2 damage for each successful attack. The unit has a pitiful 5+ save, they have 2 health each, a control score of 1, and can again move up to 12 inches. However, whenever they are in Snarlboss's combat range, they also get to benefit from a ward 5+ save. Next, the Snarlpack Cavalry is the 2 units that will make or break your game. A single Grot Rider will be on top of his giant Snarlfang Jaws companion, who hits on 4+, wounds on 3+, for 2 damage on each successful attack, and a total attacks of 3. Each model has 3 health, 4+ save, and 12 inches of movement, as well as 1 control score. The Pointy Skewers melee weapon, which is the Snarlpack Cavalry's main melee weapon, does 4 attacks, hits on 4+, and wounds on 5+. You deal 1 damage per successful attack and get +1 damage point if you have charged this turn. The Snarlpack Cavalry's special ability is the Frazzleboom Scrap, which will allow you to have the Strike First ability for this unit if you have charged this turn. Last but hardly least, we have the Sunsteala Wheelas, who are classified as a war machine, and they have the potential to go BOOM! Depending on what regiment ability you have picked. The unit itself can move 12 inches, has 6 health, saves on 4+, and has a control score of 2. They can shoot 15 inches, have 2 attacks on their range attacks, and hit and wound on middling 4 and terrible 5 respectively. The Sunsteala Wheelas are not cavalry and they're classified as war machines instead, so keep this in mind. They can move through other models and pass through the combat ranges of enemy units, but they cannot end their move in combat. Now, when you're done with your move, you can pick 1 enemy infantry unit that this unit passed across during its move phase and inflict D3 mortal damage on that unit. Clearly, the Gllimspite Gitz Snarlpack Huntaz Spearhead favors a strong offensive gameplay that will have your opponents cornered and concerned at the sight of your pack's onslaught. This Spearhead comes with a single battle trait called Fast as Frazzlegit and allows you to charge after a retreat. This is a really powerful ability that is also passive and will make it very easy for you, assuming you survive the initial exchange and subsequent mortal damage, to charge once again and tap into your army's powerful charge-related abilities. Now, the regiment abilities are really cool as well. First, you have the Flanking Force, which at the start of the first battle round, you can pick 2 friendly units, remove them from the battlefield, and set them up again anywhere on the battlefield, more than 6 inches from all enemy units. Essentially, you get to set yourself up for a powerful charge. Then you have the Frazzleboom, and this is a regimental ability that works with your war machines. When a war machine is destroyed, you will inflict a D3 mortal damage on 1 enemy unit within the war machine's combat range. You need to roll a 2+ in order to trigger this effect, so it's not a given. On the plus side, it's a passive ability that applies to both your units. Now, when it comes to enhancements, you have 4 picks, and I want to start with the Sunsteala shot. This enhancement will prevent your enemy from targeting any units within 6 inches of your Snarlboss with their range attacks, which can be a great way to mitigate incoming damage, especially if you need your health characteristic to squeeze extra charges by using the well-timed retreat ability. Then you have Devious Backstabber, who allow you to inflict D3 mortal damage to an enemy hero you have engaged with this turn. Again, this is very tempting, but given how squishy Snarlboss is, I feel this is a huge risk. Now, if you want your leader to have a more of a support role, you may go for Gunning as a Snarlfang, which will add 1 to the rend characteristic of all friendly units that are wholly within 12 inches. If not that, then you may go for Glare of Frazzleboom, which will subtract 1 from the hit rolls for attacks made by a target unit against your general. Now, you can only use either of these 2 last enhancement once per battle, so choose wisely. While I haven't played this army yet, I just wanted to share my initial thoughts based on its mechanics. The Gllimspite Gitz Snarlpack Huntaz Spearhead seems to thrive on aggressive momentum and overwhelming force that puts opponents on the back foot. However, if your grots take too much damage early on, it may be difficult to use your battle trait to get another charging attack in. That said, it looks like an incredibly fun and dynamic force to play, and I can't wait to give it a try. Happy wargaming, and until next time!